Hey guys, welcome to my top most worn summer fragrances for 2016. I wanted to do it a little differently this year. Previous years I had done my top 20 recommendations, but this year I felt like that list didn't change quite enough for me to redo it. I can say that for next year. This year I just wanted to show you guys what I was wearing the most. These fragrances might not all make that list, and a lot of them are newer fragrances that I hadn't worn before in the past and just started trying them out this summer. And I just want to show you guys what I was wearing. If anything in here has interested you, go check them out. All right, I'm not gonna number these because it's not exactly 10, but let me just show you starting at the least worn to most worn. First we have Cool Water by Davidoff, a classic. This is, you know, along the lines of the Green Irish Tweed, Aspen, Shea Bond, but I don't own Shea Bond, which is my favorite of that line. I need to get my bottle already, but this one is my second favorite of that line. And I was really enjoying it this year. Very fresh, very crisp, soapy smell, very clean. And aside from those fragrances, it's different than a lot of other fragrances out there. All right, so Cool Water by Davidoff, that was my first fragrance. The next one is from the House of Dior. This did make my top 20 list, so it's no surprise that it's here. This is Aqua Fahrenheit. I didn't like the original Fahrenheit. This one to me is way, way better. A great fragrance for summer. It's different, it mixes it up. It's not the usual, but it's still fresh at the same time. You can wear it in the heavy heat, you can wear it indoors, you can wear it with the dressed up. It's great dressed up. You can also wear it just chilling. Aqua Fahrenheit by Dior. My next fragrance is from the house of Versace. This also made my list. This is Versace Pour Homme. And I reached for this one a lot more than a Little Homme Sport this year, just because this one gets you a little bit more notice than a Little Homme Sport, and I think the performance is a little bit better too. I actually like a Little Homme Sport better than that one, but when I want to get noticed, this is the one I go for. Versace Pour Homme. Go check it out if you haven't. This is kind of like a must own. If you don't own this fragrance, you need to get your hands on it. All right, so next on the list, this one made my list because I had gotten rid of it in a swap and I hadn't worn it for about a year and I kind of missed it. I wanted it back, and so I went and bought it back, paid retail price, and I'm glad I did. I really enjoyed wearing it. This is L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. L'Homme, that very quality smelling, like apple pie type of a scent. Very smooth. I love it. Longevity, performance is not great, but hey, what can you do? And there's nothing like it, so we got to do it. L'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. The next three fragrances are newcomers. I don't know if they would make my top 20. I think maybe one of them will, and the others not so much. But let me start with the worst and move my way up to the best. This would upset a lot of people. I need to do a review on this fragrance. It's coming very soon. My channel's going to be a lot more active now. So this is probably going to be one of my next videos. By the house of Dior, this is Sauvage. This fragrance is it has a lot of controversy I've seen in the fragrance community. People have mixed feelings, but mostly on the bad side from what I've seen. I gotta say, I hate to bash this fragrance because it's different than a lot of other fragrances in a certain way, but it's also common like a lot of other fragrances in another way. It has a vibe that reminds me of Bleu de Chanel, but it's not as good as Bleu de Chanel. Bleu de Chanel does this way, way better. And it's got a little bit of a vibe of even like an Aqua Fahrenheit, but it's just not as good. Aqua Fahrenheit is better. So this one I've been wearing it a lot because it's new, because I want to do a review. I want to test it out for you guys. I've gotten compliments with it, but I've also gotten people who disliked it. And it's one of those that it's kind of polarizing, I guess. And if you love this fragrance, I don't want to tell you it's a bad fragrance. What I will say is the performance sucks. So that made it hard to wear, but I wore it a lot. I had the deodorant and the fragrance, and it was still hard to smell myself after a while. But I wore it a lot this year anyway, just to get some experience with it. Dior Sauvage. Worth a shot to check out, but I would not say that's blind buy worthy. Next on the list, we have from the house of Paco Rabanne. I'm going to just show you both of them. These are two fragrances that I added recently, and I started wearing them a lot to test them out this year. Invictus and Invictus Aqua. Invictus, most of you guys know about it. Very strong, very sweet. It's got some freshness to it, but not the best for summer in my opinion. This is more for spring. Performance is great on this fragrance, and it's very common, very popular, but it does get you compliments. So it's another one of those, right? But Invictus Aqua, This one is the same type of a scent, the same vibe, but it's without that sweetness. And it's got some freshness to it. It literally is an aqua version. How rare is that, right guys? It's literally exactly what you would think about when you think of an aqua scent for Invictus. This one's it. I prefer this one, but I get more compliments wearing this one. But I've been wearing both. Review is gonna come soon for both of these. Do a comparison video, and I'll let you guys know what I think. But here it is on my most worn summer fragrances, Invictus and Invictus Aqua. The next one I have mixed feelings about. It's a love-hate relationship because I love the smell of this fragrance. I love the smell. But for other reasons, it just isn't there for me. This fragrance I bought because a girl actually texted me, said, you gotta try this one, it smells great. I really like it. And so I went out and I bought it. And I love the scent. But the performance just sucks. This is Hugo Boss's The Scent, their new release. The scent, honestly, it's amazing. It's this smooth. It's got a little bit of a bitterness to it, but it's a smooth, and it smells like it looks. It smells like this color. It smells like brown, syrupy sapness with like some kind of orange in it. I'm forgetting what the main note is, but it smells fantastic. The problem is it just doesn't last. You spray it on, a second later, it's gone. Like, it just doesn't last. I had to reapply, but I love the scent, and for that reason, also because it was new, I wore it a lot this year. If you don't mind reapplying, or if your event's gonna be short on a few hours, you just wanna mix it up like me, go try Hugo Boss's The Scent. But if performance is a deal breaker for you, then you wanna skip this one. It's not worth it for you. All right. The next fragrance is a classic, not much to say here. This is Dior Homme Sport, a very classy sport, fresh summer fragrance. And I love going for this one. You know, it's kind of like a dumb reach, kind of like a, you know, I want to smell classy, upscale, want to smell good, but I'm kind of out of ideas of what to reach for. I've worn out some of my favorites, so boom, I go for Dior Homme Sport. It does get you compliments, but not quite as much as some of the other fragrances that are about to come in this list. But I still love wearing it. It's a great scent. Something you should own in your collection if you're serious about fragrances like I am. Dior Homme Sport. Next, this fragrance I previously owned, swapped it out, regretted it, got it back. So here it is. I'm glad to have it back. This can work all year round, but I love wearing it indoors for summer, especially classy, upscale. I'm always in a suit and tie, so I love wearing this fragrance. This is Marc Jacobs Man. Marc Jacobs Man. The only knock on this fragrance is that it's a little bit on the feminine side. Somebody told me it was discontinued. It's not discontinued. You can find it on Sephora. That's where I got it, retail. So it's still out there, but it's got that coconutty, fig-like vibe to it. Green reminds me a little bit of Lacoste Essential, but a little bit of a better quality version. It doesn't smell synthetic like Lacoste Essential, in my opinion. Performance is great for me. It lasts on my skin, it projects, it does well. Only knock is it's a little bit on the feminine side with those florals. But I still love wearing it, and I'm glad I got it back. I missed it. Marc Jacobs for men. The next fragrance, this one could easily have been my top 10. I mean, my top most worn fragrance. It's hard to beat the ones that beat it, so that's why it wasn't. But this scent is flawless in my opinion. It's flawless. It's a perfect summer fragrance, one of the best. And if I redo my top 20 summer list, this one would probably be one of the ones going up the most, because it just earned so much respect from me on what it does. From the house of Giorgio Armani, this is Acqua di Gio Essenza. This one, performance, check. Freshness, check. Quality, check. Compliments, check. This one does everything. It smells awesome, and it's also not very common. It doesn't smell like something you smell every day. It's got a little bit of a vibe like the original Acqua di Gio, but it goes its own route. And this is a fragrance that I think every one of you, if you don't own it, this is worth a blind buy. It's a little pricier on the $90 and upside, but it's worth it. Go try it. Acqua di Gio Essenza. Full review is going to come soon on this one. All right. And the next one, there's 3 fragrances left I got to get to. This one here, it's a new release, but it's not exactly a new release. It's just the EDP version of an old classic, an old gem, an old favorite of mine that did make my top 20 summer. Awesome fragrance. This one was maybe, 15-20% better than that one. It wasn't a whole lot better. So the performance wasn't quite what an EDP is expected to be. But the quality was smoother and I liked it, and it lasted just an hour or two more. That's good enough for me. I'll take it. All right, this is Dolce Gabbana's the One EDP. I love spraying this one on. I don't go for the EDT anymore. I go for this one every time. Call it a placebo. I don't know. I feel like this one does better for me. Dolce Gabbana's the One EDP. The next one is easily one of the top summer fragrances of all time. A lot of people would say this is the best fragrance of all time. But whenever you see like collaborations of people recommending one scent for summer, this one is probably the most common scent. Pineapple, apple, birchwood, you know what I mean. It's Creed's Ventus. Creed's Ventus, I reached for this one more than Insurrection Pure, which I've been reaching for a lot in recent years. Insurrection Pure is awesome, but I'm reaching for this one more because I gave a coworker of mine Insurrection Pure a bottle that I had gotten a free bottle from one of the manufacturers after I did that review on it. It sold out the internet. They thanked me by sending me a free bottle of Insurrection Pure. Gave it to a coworker of mine, and he wore the heck out of that bottle. Getting compliments like crazy at work from all the girls, that guy. But I didn't want to wear it anymore because he was wearing it. So I went a step up. I went more for a Ventus. Way more expensive, but way better quality. And it does, what you'd expect it to do. Compliments like crazy. People love it. It smells rich. It smells amazing. It's unique. It's an awesome fragrance, and I love reaching for it whenever I want to step my game up. Creed's Ventus. The next fragrance is my most worn of all time. I just can't get enough of this scent. I'm glad that nobody I know wears it. That would piss me off so bad if people around me were wearing it. But I love it. It's my scent. It's my signature scent. For summer, summer is the best time, but I wear it all year round. Bleu de Chanel, the EDT and the EDP version. I've been reaching more for the EDT, mostly because this year I felt a little bit more, bold, I guess, because I was indoors. Wanted people to notice my scent more often, get feedback from them. Got me a lot of compliments. Everybody loves this scent. I've never gotten a negative comment on this scent. Bleu de Chanel. EDP, I wear it when I'm looking to be a little bit more subtle, more like a gentleman, right? But this one's more fun, more young, more confident. Look at my video comparison with Rosie. That's a great comparison that we did to break down the differences between these two. But this was my most worn summer fragrance this year. Alright guys, that's my list. I want to apologize that I haven't been doing as many videos as I would like to recently. I got a few of you saying, hey, where'd you go? Or you can come back. Yes, I am. I've been there's actually some videos I've shot. I just haven't edited them and uploaded them, or I wasn't satisfied with the video quality and wanted to redo them. More videos are going to be coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your most worn fragrances were for summer. If any of these surprised you, if you have any opinions on any of the fragrances that I mentioned, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video.